It's crazy cake time. Hey guys, it's Sally here, and in today's video, I'm going to be doing a get unready with me, and we'll be talking about one of my favorite K-pop groups. Okay, to start off, I guess I should talk about how I got into K-pop. Now, initially when I was younger, around 13, 14, I was really heavily into anime because I had, just gotten into it because of my friends at the time in that time of my life. And so I was consuming all things anime related, as much as I could. And so I started listening to what I thought at the time was Japanese pop. Little did I know, one of the songs that I was really a big fan of and I listened to all the freaking time would later become my favorite K-pop group. Now, like I said, I did not know they were K-pop at the time. I thought they were J-pop. Obviously I've learned now. But now that I think back on it, whenever I think back on it, I always laugh and I think it's so funny. Anyway, moving forward, well, I got my first full introduction of K-pop around the beginning of my freshman year. And then I didn't really pick it up until the tail end of my freshman year, going into my sophomore year. And that's solely because I got really heavily into K-dramas. And so after I watched my first K-drama, which was, of course, Boys Over Flowers, I ended up looking on Netflix because that's all I had at the time to watch things. And I found this one drama and I absolutely fell in love with it. And the male lead was my favorite part of that show. I absolutely adored him. He made me laugh, he made me smile, he made me giggle like a little child. Kind of like Soul does. Anyway, so as I was saying, I watched that drama and I loved it so much that I was like, I need to follow this man, specifically for him. And so I go and I obviously look up the K-drama and I look up who the actors are, and then I find out that the actor is Kim Dong-hyun from the K-pop group Boyfriend. And little did I know, that would begin my intense love for Boyfriend. So that began my very big deep dive into Boyfriend. Now, thinking back on it, I really found myself gravitating towards them for so many reasons, and I just always felt like this deep connection to them, and I didn't know why, and I still don't quite fully understand it, but I feel like it's really easy to say that they are my group. I think in K-pop, as K-pop fans, I think everybody has their group, and the group that makes them so happy without a doubt, and the group that you know for a fact that you are going to be beside no matter what. And that group for me was Boyfriend. I went through so much with them. And by that, at my point in when I got into them and when I was heavily invested into them, they had been on hiatus for about 2 years at that point, at least in the Korean industry. And so I remember being so worried because I had, found out, about disbandments, what new groups were, and like everything about that. And I was just really worried. And then I had the joy and the honor of seeing Star come out when it did. And it was a shock to me, honestly. Star was my everything. When Star came out, I remember being there and streaming and supporting and trying to do everything to get my boys to 1 million because they were and are my everything. Now, thinking back on it as well, I'm not sure where the timeline fits. I'm trying to think of it at the moment, but I remember when they joined a show called The Unit. I was so freaking upset, and I could go into a huge rant about The Unit and everything that they did to Boyfriend, but specifically Dong-hyun. And so when Dong-hyun was the only one that made it, I was already at that point scared for everything, everything that it was going to mean, everything that it was going to mean as a best friend, and that's what we're called. And so I stayed up voting, doing my best to do anything that I could do for Boyfriend and for Donghyun. I would do as much promotion as I can. I would screenshot everything, I would post everything as much as I could, because that is what this group meant to me. They are my everything. And unfortunately, even though he placed #1 in pretty much all of the challenges, literally up until the very end, he did not make it into the freaking final lineup. I remember being so freaking upset and crying my eyes out. I could not, and I still to this day have not watched the end of that show for that very reason, because I already knew the result and I did not like it. But long story short, I have such a special connection with Boyfriend. I do not have enough time, enough hours in the day to just go on a full rant about how much I adore Boyfriend and how much they mean to me as a group. They are, without a doubt, one of my olds, my very first K-pop group, and a group I will always adore. I have lots of olds right now, and I also am a very big multi-stan, but Boyfriend always will have that special place in my heart. And that goes without saying that there's so many groups out there that so many people can find and enjoy, because K-pop is for everyone. It has so many things in just the K-music scene, and I ended up finding Boyfriend. I remember when they disbanded, though, and how devastated I was. I could not stop crying. I remember being so upset and just wanting to know why their company had done them so wrong, and they deserved everything, and they still do. And so that sent me into a really bad position, because I was so heartbroken over the loss of my favorite group. And I didn't think I would find anybody, any other group that would, mean as much to me as Boyfriend did. And I mourned the loss of this group that I had come to know. And of course, while obviously the boys had left that company and they had grown and done all their things, I was supporting each and every one of them. And I was very lucky to have still been following them when they came back together as BF. If you guys didn't know that, Boyfriend is now rebranded as BF, and I could not be happier. I have been following them since I got into K-pop, and I will continue following them in whatever they do. They mean that much to me. That is my group, and I will defend them with every ounce of my body, my soul, everything. I will defend them and love on them until the end of time. But I think I'm done for the moment. I have a longer video coming, not so soon, but eventually, on them. And I'll post that as soon as, I can. But I want to thank everyone for, chilling with me, laughing with me, and having a good time with me. I hope this helped some of y'all in any way, shape, or form with thinking about what group is your group, and if you have that group, you should let me know in the comments who it is and why they mean that much to you. And with that, that's the end of the video, guys. Okay, I need to go wash the rest of this off of my face. I went in with my micellar water and my cleansing balm and all that good stuff. But I need to wash this face, put a face mask on, and do all that good stuff. So, with that being said, I shall catch you later. I hope you eat lots of good things and drink lots of good things. I hope you smile lots. And remember, I'll always be here. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye. Bye. Bye-bye. Bye. Bye.